What have you liked about how this team has been able to execute early on this season?
Well, I've got a great group of guys, some seniors that are ready to prove themselves a little bit, and then a great mixture of a bunch of young guys just hungry to get a taste of the varsity level. So practice is competitive. It's a great opportunity to go out and play. And Friday night's when it's supposed to be done, so we're excited to go on the road and play a great New Haven team.
When you talk about this year's group, you talk about some of those guys who are stepping up into bigger roles. We see you talking with J.O. Who are some of those guys that have really stepped up into a bigger role and have really impressed you early on this season?
Well, I think all of them, right? You know, when you graduate 3 captains, 3 seniors who have been, through sectional, regional runs, semi-state runs, you can't replace that easily. It takes all of them stepping up, growing as young men, some of them as more leaders, some of them as followers and accepting their role and trusting the guys to the right and left. And it's a fun group. They really love being together. That we could see that in the summer. The fall was just a building process on that, and now they get to play and compete, which is what you want. You want them to showcase all their hard work.
When you take a look at New Haven for this Friday, what comes to mind as far as what you guys need to do to make sure you have success against a really solid New Haven team?
Oh, it's going to be a huge test early for us. I mean, they return a ton of guys. You look at their roster, veteran guys, 2-3-year starters that have played big-time basketball for them. A great coach who's getting settled in there, establishing his culture on the program. A ton of respect for what Brandon does. And so it's a great contest. We're going to have our hands full. We're going to have to be at our best to be able to compete with them. We got to match their physicality, their toughness, and hopefully we can do that. And if not, then we got to go back to the building blocks, but that's why you play these games early in the year.
I was going to say, just knowing the type of team you have early on this season with so many guys trying to step up into bigger roles, how does a game like this help sharpen these guys, especially down the road once you're going to have to eventually play some teams like New Haven in postseason time?
Yeah, I mean, we talk about it all the time with the guys. We want them to face adversity, right? They can live in today's world, they live very comfortably. And so we want adversity. We want them to face hard things. We want them to have to come together as a group. I told them yesterday, society tells us to isolate and go our way. And we have to stand together as a group and go to battle against some of the best teams in the state. And we get to use basketball as a tool to teach them life skills. And so adversity goes one of 2 ways, and it's how are we going to respond and react to it when it does happen.
Well, like I said, Coach, it's the first full Friday basketball takes center stage here in the Hoosier State. What are you most excited about when you guys roll up to New Haven on Friday, and what should be a really great test for both sides?
I mean, it's a great venue. It's right down the road, shared communities. We're right in their backyard or they're right in ours, depending on how you look at it. Tremendous program. I mean, the players that have come out of New Haven over the years, you can go on and on about that and what their impact has been. They've got a group of young guys who are hungry and they want to make their mark. And so, it's a Friday night in basketball land here in Indiana, so it'll be good.